You need to manage your stress better. Have you ever heard someone say that and just wanted to like slap them? I mean, what does it even mean, you need to manage your stress better? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you what it means, at least when I say it, and I'm going to give you 3 exercises that you can use every day to help you in managing your stress. My name's Joanna, and I'm a women's hormone health practitioner. And it's my mission to help women understand and support their hormones so that they can live their lives full of energy, meeting their potential and enjoying themselves. And honestly, unmanaged stress is one of the biggest, if not the biggest thing that I see in the women that I work with that's contributing to hormonal health problems. And when I raise this with women, a lot of the time they say to me, yeah, but Jo, like I don't feel stressed. And then I say, all right, that's good, but tell me what's going on in your life. And then I'm hearing about it. Turns out they're working 2 jobs because someone left in the office and work still hasn't backfilled that role. So they're doing two jobs at once. Then they've got a teenager that's having trouble at school and the dog needs an expensive operation. Oh, and also their mother-in-law has got early stage dementia and has had to come and live with them. And yes, I understand that's just life stuff. Life happens, but it is stressful. So when we talk about managing stress, anytime we can remove a stress, obviously that's preferable. So take the example, which was a real life example, by the way, from before. If you can go into work and have a conversation because it's been 6 months that you've been backfilling that other role and you're kind of getting the feeling that they're just not finding someone because you're handling it, go into work and have a conversation. And if that doesn't work, find another job if that's at all possible. But of course, the other things in that scenario, they're not really things that you can remove yourself from. Inevitably, there will be stresses that you can't get rid of. And that's where managing your stress comes in. Quick biology lesson. Your nervous system has 2 branches to it, sympathetic and parasympathetic. The sympathetic nervous system is the fight, flight, or freeze response. And the parasympathetic nervous system is what we call the rest, digest, and repair. You are actually designed to spend most of your time in your parasympathetic nervous system state. But unfortunately, we're spending more and more time in an activated sympathetic nervous system state. Because of scenarios like the one I just described, our stress response is activated and it just stays activated. Now, quick side note, stress is not necessarily a bad thing. It just refers to a physiological response in the human body. And by way of illustration, when you become aroused, we actually consider that a state of physiological stress. The problem is when we don't complete the stress response cycle and you wind up staying in the sympathetic activation rather than finishing the fight, flight, freeze response and then moving back into rest, digest, repair. Now, if you look at animals, they have a really clear indication of when they complete that stress response cycle and move from, this is how it works. You perceive a threat and your sympathetic nervous system activates and you are ready to fight, flight, you're ready to flight, you're ready to run away, flee, or what happens is you can actually go into freeze. There's a very cool video that I will link below of an impala being chased by a cheetah. And it does show an animal in distress, fair warning, but the animal doesn't die. So if you can watch it, it's super fascinating. This cheetah, I think it's a cheetah, takes down this impala. And then for whatever reason, old mate cheetah decides he's not going to eat the impala. And the impala is lying on the ground frozen. So he's gone from flight, trying to run away from the cheetah, to freeze. And he's frozen. And you could just see his belly start to rise and fall as the first thing when the cheetah goes away. So completely stiff, but the belly's rising and falling. And then slowly the ears start to twitch and the leg starts to twitch and the impala starts to twitch all over and shake. And then little by little, he's able to stand up and then walk away. And if you've ever seen dogs playing together, after a while, they'll both stop and they'll shake. They'll give it a good body shake. And in fact, we have that language in our vocabulary when we tell people, shake it off, just shake it off. Because that twitching and that shaking is actually a physiological signal from the body that the stress response cycle is complete, that the threat has passed. The thing with humans is we don't tend to signal to our body physiologically that the stress response cycle can be complete. And so we remain stuck in that sympathetic activation of our nervous system. And so I want to show you 3 techniques that I use every single day that can signal to the body that the stress response cycle is complete. These are practices that I use every day and multiple times a day. You don't get to do it just once. It's a practice. It's something you have to keep doing, to keep signaling to your body that it's safe. The good thing about it is that the more you do, the more familiar with it your body becomes, and your body is more easily able to move. We call it vagal nerve tone. Your body's more easily able to move from stress to not stress. Because the importance, of course, is that you're dynamic. It's not that we want you in parasympathetic nervous system response all the time. You wouldn't be able to function like that either. We need to be able to move seamlessly in and out of the two when it's appropriate. The first one is a breathing technique called 4-7-8 breathing. And this is something that is taught to Navy SEALs and Special Forces Ops to help them regulate their nervous system during times of extreme stress. It's very simple. You inhale for a count of 4, you hold your breath for a count of 7, and then you exhale, making an audible sound for a count of 8. So it looks like this. And repeat. To begin with, you only want to do 4 cycles while you're getting used to it, and don't do it whilst driving or operating machinery or a vehicle. But over time, you can build up to 8 cycles. Anytime you start a new breathing technique, you can feel a bit lightheaded. So make sure you practice it at home, in a chair or lying down, it doesn't matter. But don't be doing it on the freeway when you're first learning. So the second one is a nervous system reset. And what you're going to do is link your hands together like this and put them behind your head, just at the base of your skull. Now, if you've got any mobility issues with your shoulder, just be careful how you do this one. You can do it lying down and put a pillow under your elbow if needed. If it's only one dodgy shoulder that you've got, you can use just one hand, or you can forego it altogether. But if you can do it, make sure that you get into position like so. So yeah, watch your shoulders, and if you have any numbness or tingling in your hands, maybe don't do this one. And then you're going to move your eyes into or towards the 3 o'clock position. So move your eyes to 3 o'clock. If you can't do that, if that's not a comfortable position for you, you can just move your eyes towards the 3 o'clock position as far as you can. Into 3 o'clock, and then you're just going to hang here and wait for a swallow, a yawn, or a sigh. And depending on how stressed out your nervous system is, it can take 10 seconds, 5 minutes. There's no prizes for getting there faster. Just hang out there for as long as you need until you get one of those 3 responses. And the third one is shaking, like the Impala, like the dog. And this is one, I don't know how this is going to look on video, but it's such an important exercise, and this is the one I find the most valuable for settling my nervous system. So effectively, you just need to trigger shaking in your body. And there are different ways you can do it. You can bounce on the balls of your feet and kind of gently bounce your body around and sort of simulate shaking. But what I like to do is kind of concentrate my energy into my solar plexus, into my abdominals. And I will, from that position, start to sort of tremble and twitch. And what you'll find is you do force the movement to begin with, but as you start to twitch, it actually feels really good. And your body's like, oh, I'm going to go with this. And then you will shake off the stress. If concentrating your energy in your solar plexus doesn't work for you, another trick you can do is sit in a chair and then extend your leg, lift it as high as you can and hold it there until it starts shaking, and then drop it down, shake your legs, shake your body, do the other leg, drop it down, shake your legs, shake your body. So I prefer to start it from my solar plexus because I find that gets my whole body involved faster. And how long to shake for? Well, you'll kind of reach a crescendo and then it will start to settle down and you'll just have a few little spasmy, jerky things, and then it will be complete and you'll have completed the stress response cycle. So those are the 3 exercises that I use every day. And the more you can perform them, the better you get at them and the more benefit you get from them, because you're constantly taking your body into that parasympathetic state. For me, I find the 4-7-8 breathing, I use it when I'm in and out of my car all day. And so when I get to my destination, I'll do a round of 4-7-8 breathing and then I'll get out and go about my business. Get back from my destination, do another round of 4-7-8 breathing. So I'm actually clocking out quite a few cycles of that because I'm in and out of my car so much during the day. At a very minimum, you brush your teeth twice a day, so you could begin to stack this habit with brushing your teeth, whether you do eyes to 3 o'clock or whether you do 4-7-8 breathing. I think they're both good activities that you could stack. They don't take very long to perform, and you can put those around brushing your teeth. Shaking I like to do at the end of the day. I like to do it at bedtime. I think it's very easy to do. You can hop into bed and do it in bed lying down. It's a lot more convenient than shaking in a chair. And pro tip, it's really good to do before getting busy, before intimacy, because ladies, nothing kills your libido faster than an open stress response cycle. And that's something that I talk to a lot of women, particularly women in their 40s in perimenopause, about, is this lack of libido, lack of desire. And I really believe that unmanaged stress is driving that more than the hormonal landscape. So do some shaking before going to bed and you'll thank me. So in addition to these 3 exercises, I make sure that I spend as much time in nature as I can. That has been shown scientifically to help us reduce stress. And I do exercise that I really enjoy. For me, that's weightlifting and hula hooping. They're just the things that I enjoy. And also I journal because I like writing, but you have to find something that works for you. However, these 3 exercises that we just talked about today, they will work for you. They will work for anybody, I guarantee it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. This is my first YouTube video. It's probably not a surprise for a lot of you. So please, if you enjoyed it, hit the like button. It would mean a lot to me. It was stressful. I'm going to go do some shaking now, definitely. That's it from me today. As this is my first video, I don't have another one to direct you to, but I have put some links down in the show notes of other ways that you can reach out and get in touch with me. And I would love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.